So asking someone if they are having suicidal thoughts can be very uncomfortable. It can be very uncomfortable for the person who has to ask, for the person being asked, and for those who are witnessing the conversation. Here are some ways that you can sort of initiate this conversation, or just kind of like, just basically just different ways to ask the the safety question. So you can, just be very candid, very heartfelt when you're doing this. And just, of course, make eye contact as, normal eye contact. But what you want to do is you want to just ask a very direct question. Like, are you having thoughts of suicide? Or, it sounds like you might be having some thoughts of suicide, or you might be wanting to harm yourself. Am I understanding that correctly? Or you might say something like, you know, I don't want to misunderstand you. And so, just so I'm clear, are you saying like that you are having thoughts of suicide right now? Or you're wanting to harm yourself in some way right now? You know, or you might, if they are joking about it and they're just trying to laugh it off, don't laugh. If they're laughing it off, let them laugh. But if you laugh too, then they will kind of it'll be dismissed, right? Or they'll kind of feel like, oh, it's not that serious, or they don't think it's that serious. They won't know that you are able to see that they are actually serious. So let them laugh, but you don't laugh if they're joking like, oh, I just want to kill myself sometimes. And so just if somebody says like, oh, I just want to kill myself sometimes, then keep your serious face, but still your heartfelt caring face, right? But just say, hey, I know you said that as a joke, but like, are you seriously thinking about completing a suicide? Like, have you ever had thoughts of suicide? Are you having thoughts of suicide right now? Have you had thoughts of suicide today? Have you had thoughts of suicide leading up to today, like the days leading up to today? Um, has this situation caused you to have thoughts of suicide? Like, you might say something like, wow, you sound like you're going through a lot right now. Like, have you ever had any like dark thoughts, or like thoughts of suicide, thoughts of wanting to harm yourself, hurt yourself, and something to that effect? All right. And so those are just a few ways that you can just ask the question. Most times, people who are having suicidal thoughts, they will not just like, they will vent to you, and they will tell you, no, I miss my grandmother who passed away, and my parents are really upsetting me, and my finances are just, uh, my finances are in a mess. I'm behind on my bills, or I feel really terrible about myself. School is really stressful. My boyfriend, my girlfriend, my relationships, my friends, like, they will vent about all of the things, but they won't necessarily say, all of this is causing me to have thoughts of suicide right now. Like, I just want out of this life. They won't necessarily say that. Sometimes they will hint at it. And so your responsibility as the supporter, and the friend and the lover and the relative and the professional who is working with them, is to just say, that sounds like a lot that you're going through. Um, has that caused you to have any thoughts of like suicide, or wanting to harm yourself, or anything like that, like today or the days leading up to today? And then you let them answer. Okay. Hopefully this is helpful. Practice, of course, makes it more comfortable of a conversation for you as the asker. And so do practice these questions in private, in a mirror. Practice the questions with someone else who may not have suicidal thoughts. Um, and just practice it in like a role play kind of way, so that when the actual situation presents itself, you feel like you are just like more in flow with the conversation. You feel like more prepared for the conversation. And I think that will really help to um, get the conversation started. All right, so hopefully this is helpful, guys.